Okay, I'm gonna set us to the countdown.
Gaming is dumb.
Not really. It's fun.
Sobrang mahal.
Okay, we are.
Hindi ko naman
We should be
ginagawa yung
audible
PS5
now.
Hey guys.
I only really play 2 games in a year.
Di mo na ginagalaw ang PS5 mo?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh,
That's why I ended up selling mine.
I'm realizing I'm not a PS5 person. This is what.
no, benta mo na lang sa akin, bro. Or
Nabenta na yata niya eh. Nabenta mo, diba? Sabi ko.
Yung akin na nabenta ko. You might want you're better off getting chinos.
yeah, if that time comes.
You want it? I can sell it to you.
Really? Yeah.
I'll sell it to you for what I bought it for since hindi pa siya gamit.
After Mania, if we ever decide to host one, you probably are my.
I don't we ever decide to host. Of course we will.
Okay. So yun, Chino sa April.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Like
so whatever proceeds.
Like how we're doing. Oh, yan. Sign nyo na. Mag-sign up na kayo para may pang PS5 si Emil.
Wala pa namang ano.
Magdating ng announcement. Tulungan niyo si Emil bumili ng PS5.
Yeah.
Bili niya yung PS5 ko nang hindi hulugan.
What's up, John D. Prime? What's up?
Yeah, shout out to everybody I saw at FPW last night.
Yeah.
Si Doc G was there. There was a guy named Carlo who is a boot camper of theirs. Says he listens to the podcast.
Hello, Carlo. What's up, man?
Hello, Carlo.
And everybody else. Everybody that said hi.
Yeah. D Prime, what's up? Says Wrestle Storm Week. Yeah, it is.
It is. Excited for Shinya Aoki.
Ayun.
Isip ko nga kung papasahin ko yung Bloodsport shirt ko eh.
Do it.
You should.
You should.
You should.
Why wouldn't you?
Pwede, no? Yeah. Pwede.
Yeah. This is the first time that I'm gonna watch someone who is an MMA. Yung style niya is geared towards MMA.
Technically, ganun si Fabio.
Technically, you watch Fabio, yes. Right?
Yeah, but someone who's,
yeah.
Someone who was a legit UFC fighter. First time I'm gonna see one.
Fabio Ashuda. So,
yeah, excited to see that one.
Siyempre si FKA Ikumen Jiro also there. So excited for that as well.
People are saying his entrance is gonna be long. I don't get that. I wasn't here when last time he was here.
He wasn't Ikemen Jiro the last time he was here. What up, Bruce?
Hey, Bruce, what's up?
One minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
D Prime says Beth is excited to meet Yoshi. Yeah, we're excited to meet. We're excited for you guys to meet Yoshi and excited for you guys to meet Jiro and all that. May tanong si Bruce, Emil.
Oh, yeah. That's, I assume he's saying Io Sky, which is yes. Io is what yes means in Bicolano. Bruce has been in Bicol.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Today I learned. Okay.
Yeah. Bruce has been in Bicol so many times before, in our chats. He has relatives here.
Cool.
Wait, so Ikami Jiro was in Joshi Jam? Kasi sabi ni John 12 years eh. So
yeah, Manila Joshi Jam.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, Yim also part of that show.
Yeah, yun alam ko.
All right, boys, time to shut up.
All right.
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy daddy, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, Small Forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
And you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
All right. You are now listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast, doing something different. Romaran, Emil, Nate, Chino Liao. No Stan, no Jasper. I am completely manning the controls. I am manning the stream while also anchoring this episode. So, good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone who is listening to us right now. Good evening to everyone who is watching us, whether you're on YouTube, on Facebook, or you're listening to us after the fact on Spotify or in YouTube, wherever you're getting us, wherever you're getting us and listening to us. But first things first, batiin natin si Jasper and a happy birthday yesterday.
Hey, fellow Pisces. Hey. What up?
Pisces King.
The
Pisces
King.
Happy
birthday to Jasper.
Kasunod pa rin birthday natin. Shout out sa'yo.
So, belated happy birthday then to you, Chino.
Thank you.
That. But yeah, the reason why I'm manning everything is because birthday niya and he asked for a birthday leave. Sino ba kami? Para tanggihan.
Kasi last week pinayagan niyo ako mag-birthday leave So dapat siya din.
Siyempre. He is the one, making us sound great, making us be able to do this show on YouTube, on Facebook, on video. And he's the one doing everything. So he deserves a break more than anyone. So happy birthday, Jasper. I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope we're doing a good job of running the stream by ourselves. It's been a while since I ran a stream, since the days of the pandemic. I think the last stream I ran was in 2021. For 5 years now. And this might just make me... No, the last real stream. Like I've been streaming on PS5 before. But... I might just, stream video games back here again now that I have gotten the hang of this. All right. It's been a crazy weekend. How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Good. I turned a year older last week, like we've established. And I am ever closer to the grave. I'm 39, guys. I'm 39. Wow. Tangina talaga.
Okay.
So
you are gonna turn 40 next year, bro.
Yes, that's what being 39 means, Emil. Thank you for letting us know that Chino is about to turn 40. That's what it means when you turn 39. Next year you turn 40.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. WrestleStorm 3 happening on Sunday as we record this, as we do this right now. Syempre, it's also there's also a meet and greet happening at Hobby Stadium on Saturday afternoon, so we'll see you there as well. I know I'm going to be there. I have to be there because I'm on the card. But speaking of local wrestling, before we talk about before anything, I hope you guys don't miss yung episode that we did with Jomar and Sean. He's representing Yoshitatsu here for us, and they just do a little face off to whet the appetites of the crowd for the legendary singles bout between Yoshitatsu and Jomar. But speaking of legendary bouts with Japanese wrestlers, guys, Chino, you were just
last night I was at FPW Astig and witnessed firsthand to see Kushida become your new FPW champion. He's 2 belts now. Kushida 2 belts came into this the reigning defending MLW middleweight champion. He put that on the line against Quattro's FPW title, and Kushida walked away with both belts in what I will proclaim, kahit March pa lang, I will proclaim as a match of the year candidate. It's a sobrang solid nung match na yun. Really had all the trademarks of a good wrestling match. It really had enough time to breathe and then tell the story it wanted to tell. And now we get to see more of the time splitter on our local shores, diba? In our local shores. So nothing but good things for the local scene here and FPW as well.
Yeah, it was it was viral on social media, no? All the clips that they posted. I remember seeing the crowd kind of booing Kushida at one point.
Kasi syempre Pinoy pride eh.
Yeah,
Syempre,
exactly. And it was our title that he won. So, but if it means that Kushida is gonna come back here and defend the title, then that's good. That's good for the local scene. We're gonna get to see more of one of the best junior heavyweight wrestlers out there. So, good for Kushida.
Yeah. Congrats, Kushida. We do hope to see more of you. Siyempre, anytime a visiting wrestler of Kushida's stature, as well as the statures of guys like ZSJ, Jeff Cobb, that's sila. Basta nakadalaw sila dito. It's always a net positive for the local scene. So, kudos to everyone involved with that, and hope that masustain naman yung momentum ni Kushida as FPW champion. Speaking of new champions, we also have a brand new champion, if you will. Dusty Rhodes' son, the grandson of Apama, has become once again the WWE champion. Cody Rhodes is your new champion after another episode of SmackDown. Well, okay, who has feelings? Sino?
I'll go first.
Is indifference a feeling?
Yeah. No, yeah, sure. No, it's totally fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sige, Emil muna.
I mean, ito na nga eh. This is one of the things. Honestly, after Orton won the Chamber, it was so obvious that this is the direction that we're heading.
Really, though?
No, because do we really want to see Randy versus Drew? Rather than and especially with how Elimination Chamber ended, diba? With Randy taking advantage of the situation and then kind of screwing Cody out of main eventing WrestleMania. So, and then after Chamber, diba, they announced, Cody versus Drew for the title this SmackDown. So obvious na, no? Obvious na Cody was gonna win the title back, and we're gonna have Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania. No, not that excited for this one, honestly, except if they finally pull the trigger on the Cody heel turn on the road to WrestleMania, not after WrestleMania. So, ito na sinasabi ko eh. This was the thing that I was saying on the show a few weeks ago, where I said they have to go all the way with the Cody heel turn, or else this will not excite me. I'm sure people are still interested in seeing Randy versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes as he is now, as still your QB1, the babyface, the babyface that he has always been. But a lot of people were really mad on social media. Like, I've seen takes where people are saying he's the most forced babyface ever. Like,
I don't agree.
Hello. Like, have you been? Ngayon lang ba kayo nanonood ng wrestling?
A lot of people go by their recency biases. So they don't remember that Roman Reigns once was a most forced babyface 10 years ago.
No, but definitely I wouldn't put this over Punk versus Reigns as the night 2 main event. I could see this as being the night 1 main event or opening night 2, but I don't see this as the one closing the event.
I mentioned the difference because it doesn't really this doesn't do what WWE thinks it's going to do. Cody Rhodes winning. First of all, while the match itself I did not have a problem with, the fact that he won on a random SmackDown, diba, is pretty surprising. Yes, it was announced on Elimination Chamber and all that, pero wala yung spectacle of a championship shift here. Right? And the fact that they just suddenly gave the title back to Cody, who does not need it, while still also having all these loose threads in your Jacob Fatu. Diba? Jacob Fatu got involved in the match, right? So Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn and Orton, who won the chamber, was leading me to believe that this is going to be a multi-man. Right? This is where it was headed. Right? Drew was going to retain, and 5 guys are going to go after him. Just labo-labo na. Right? But the fact that they gave it back to Cody, trying to force the nostalgia of may history of the legacy with Orton, right? It's starting to make me think that they really want Cody to be a face here. They're not acknowledging the fact that Cody's been getting booed. They're not acknowledging the fact that Cody doesn't have that edge anymore. They're just forcing us to believe that Cody Rhodes is the end all be all of SmackDown. And that's why he's going to be able to carry this title match, right? I don't have a problem with it closing either day. I think that's what they plan to do anyway. But the lack of awareness in where Cody Rhodes' character is now, that's what really bothers me.
Is what I said a few weeks ago, right?
I actually disagree with that. I don't think they are unaware of where Cody is right now. I feel like they've actually been planting the seeds for making this a soft heel turn on Cody's part. Parang ito yung gusto mangyari ni Cody, what he claims he wanted to happen in his last year in AEW, where he was so insufferable that by acting as an insufferable good guy, he was actually being a heel. And that was the part where we were all saying, oh, it's just Cody being Cody. Cody's being stuck up and, wanting to force the issue of being a babyface. Like, he's not the most forced babyface ever, but he can be a very forced babyface, especially when the crowd is no longer with him. And that's what's happening now. And I feel like the way they planted the seeds with the way he interacted with Jacob Fatu in January, the way Sami Zayn is channeling what the crowd is thinking by telling Cody to his face na kupal siya as a friend, I feel like a lot of that is deliberate. And I feel like they're not going to do that with these supporting characters if it wasn't an actual thing that they were trying to do in making Cody Rhodes a heel. So I am not indifferent. It's not exciting to me, but I feel like there is a story that they want to play out here. And I will only judge it until maybe after WrestleMania or maybe before WrestleMania if we stick to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes as the actual Mania match. Because I still feel like there is a shot that Sami Zayn joins this. Because, again, he's a supporting actor. And his role in the story is actually pretty heavy-handed. Kasi siya yung Greek chorus eh. Siya yung he's the one making the observations about Cody's character that very few people are acknowledging in the story, in kayfabe. So I don't think that's there for nothing. And I feel like Jacob Fatu is also going to join because he's also not interfered for nothing. He wasn't interacting with Cody a few months ago for nothing. I feel like everything is still tied. Considering Triple H's creatives penchant for these grand twisting stories that wanna, culminate in this big ending. Feeling ko it's not what it looks like. I think there's more than meets the eye here.
You know what? Make it a 5-way. Include Drew in it.
I think Drew is. I think Drew's out for a movie.
I mean, yeah, he's doing Highlander, so he's definitely out. But if that's where it's going anyway, then just tell us.
I think they are telling us. Yeah, I think they are telling us. I think they are slowly telling us. They just wanted to build to critical mass.
They're setting up something next week where, make contract signing daw eh. So something's gonna happen there.
Sure.
Yeah, pero at the same time, while I agree that would be nice, it also, and I mean, this goes against my previous point, also goes against the potential of the Orton Cody story. that they wanted to tell. Now,
But who
granted,
really
that
wants
story,
Orton Cody?
but
Yeah, they've been teasing
if
it
they
so
really
much.
did, if they really wanted it in the first place, but give it room. Because that story has legs to stand on, right? They
I
have
think
the history and all that.
I think the story 2 years later after WrestleMania 40 is that Cody has been corrupted, yeah, by his power hungriness, diba? His constant need to be desired as QB1, diba? Despite it's like the most insufferable thing ever, and I feel like Cody learned his lesson from his AEW run. Na okay, if we're gonna be so annoying as a babyface, and make it to get to a point where I'm essentially a heel, we're really gonna turn this shit up to 11, and we're really gonna do the character things that make me look like a genuine dickhead. Let's read some comments here. Neil says he's not honestly feeling it if it's just Cody versus Randy again. He wanted Drew to genuinely enter Mania as champ for once. So yeah, I agree. But I feel like Highlander was messing with him. Albert says dumbass booking, making Cody win and not just have a multi-man match again. We might be getting there. I'll judge it I'll judge it after WrestleMania.
A lot of people are mad.
A lot of people are mad, but I think again, that's what they wanted.
Yeah, the point that it's a little premature. Tama yan.
I feel like
they still have
I feel like they knew that Cody was starting to divide the crowd, so it's one of those things now. Okay, there is sometimes merit to troll booking, talaga. Like you want to get people mad because it sets up your heel turn, especially when you have. I think my only problem here is Sami Zayn is still saying sorry to people. So they gotta fix that.
I mean,
soon.
deliberate din yun. It's also deliberate. Yeah. Again, like you said, Joe, they're telling a story here, which makes me believe that this is really heading towards a multi-man. So, ayun. Yeah.
Jeff says they gave it back to Cody kasi tapos na ang Black History Month.
Yeah.
They should have given it to him before Black History Month ended.
During Black History Month. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. So, ayun, yung whoever is commenting on our Spotify page, I'm not the only one who is not liking the Cody title win.
Yeah,
right?
but so many of you
sa comments, I mean.
So many of you are so immediately no, but I get it, diba? Like the wrestling company wants to trigger the reaction, and I feel like the only problem is negative reactions so easily contribute immediately to like I'm not watching this shit anymore, stuff like that. Diba?
Yeah.
But I still feel that there is a story to play out here. Like we do have like 5 weeks until WrestleMania.
God, how about pa?
Yeah. All right. We were talking about Sami. Again, I mentioned that Sami Zayn continues to question his friend. Again, he's not doing that for nothing. It's a pretty prominent spot there in this story. So I feel like it's that part is gonna get somewhere.
Yun. Diba? To build off of what you just said earlier with how everything is gonna come to a head is a multi-man. This is also another loose thread that they need to envelop here. Diba? Kasi it's pretty obvious that Jacob Fatu is still not out of the title picture.
Yeah. Diba? It's so many moving parts that I don't think they're gonna discard all of that just to have only Orton versus Cody. One more thing from SmackDown. Jordan Grace gets injured actually not on SmackDown, but on the taping of main event. So another wrestler gets bit by the injury bug, especially now that they've been on their way up. So much like the Vision on Raw, someone who is up and coming like Jordan Grace got injured. Not a good look, but sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah, just buti na lang hindi siya yung nanalo ng chamber or that not even involved in the chamber because they were teasing that a bit, diba? A good bit. Si Jade tsaka si Jordan Grace, and I had a feeling na dun papunta yung Mania match ni Jade Cargill, right? But I mean, things are different now. So it's I guess it's a blessing in disguise that it doesn't really jeopardize anything for the Mania card right? But I mean, that's not to say na ayoko kay Jordan Grace. I love Jordan Grace, right? And wish her the best. But at the same time, at least walang nadamay, right? Like card-wise.
Yep.
Yeah. Get well soon, Jordan Grace. We hope that you are able to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To recover
well
quickly.
soon.
I'm not sure what the injury is. If anyone has.
Looking forward to the real.
Naka-wheelchair siya eh.
Okay.
See Jordan Grace in a picture that Chelsea Green posted.
She has apparently it's an ankle injury of some sort. Kasi she posted a photo with Chelsea Green, and they called themselves the Ankle Sisters. So apparently, naka-boot din siya. So it's right. So it's still some sort of ankle injury. So yikes, ankle injuries will take a long time to recover from. Ang tabayanan na lang natin yung mga reels na post ni Jordan Grace, which she's very good at.
Yeah.
John has a question on Facebook.
Sure. Okay.
They're gonna add Sammy to the title picture. Who does Trick Williams face at WrestleMania?
I don't think there's. Sorry.
For me, it has always been clear to me that they might go with Trick versus Melo here for Mania.
I don't know, but
I don't think there's room for Trick. Yeah. I don't think there's room for Trick on Mania. I don't think he needs to be on Mania just yet.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's not I'm not saying this to hate on him. It's just that it's stacked. You have two brands. You have to fit in.
Exactly.
Mania. Yeah.
With all the momentum that he has.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. Mania? I mean,
Yeah.
Wow. Come on.
I mean, it gets.
I'm not being negative, dude. Jesus Christ. Makawaw ka dyan.
No, because based off the reactions he got at the Chamber, I'd find a room for him to get in the Mania card.
Okay,
Dude,
sure.
is just over.
Sure. Pitch mo sa writer's room.
Sige, sabihin mo.
Sabihin mo sa
Trick versus Melo is the money match here.
Boss H.
For the US title, for me.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that either.
I mean, we don't disagree with the fact that Trick Williams does have a lot of steam behind him, but the fact that you have this multi-man Punk versus Roman Reigns, the two women's title matches on there, as well as all the other matches that need to be on there, medyo stacked na siya for a 7-match a night card. It's already pretty full, man.
Or he does SmackDown before Mania. WrestleMania SmackDown.
Yung consolation,
yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's take a quick Emil Nate dance break before we talk about Vengeance Day, which has happened, and a few bits from Collision and Outside the Ring. All right. All right, back now. We have an NXT PLE that just happened. Quite a few things. First off, Joe Hendry retained the NXT Men's Championship against Ricky Saints. The most interesting thing about this, I was saying hey to Jasper in the Facebook chat.
Hey Jasper, what's up? Happy birthday, man.
The goats are streaming without him. Yeah, we grew up, or I grew up. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you for being patient.
He's still the GOAT, though, Jasper. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. So Joe Hendry retained the championship, and he did a low blow on Ricky Saints to do it. But Ciampa, that was after Ricky Saints low blowed him, and also after Ethan Page accidentally, quote unquote, slid the NXT Championship belt to Joe Hendry instead of Ricky Saints. What's up with that?
Sobrang labo nito. Sobrang labo ng last 5 minutes of the match. No? Kasi yun nga, why did Ethan Page, he did that on purpose, diba? Like, if you saw,
pretty sure
if you see the throw.
You can't,
he did that on purpose.
You can't mess up that slide.
Because if you remember a few moments ago, diba, lumapit si Ricky Saints sa kanya, asking Ethan for help to becoming the 2-time, and Ethan Page ends that promos or that segment by saying 2-time, yeah. Right? So he may intentions din siya dun sa title na yun. So definitely everything was intentional. Dito sa part ni Ethan Page.
And that low blow, the crowd didn't know how to react to it. I was watching it live, and they were dead silent when he did that low blow. Parang di nila sure how are they gonna react? Because first of all, Joe Henry is a babyface, and second, it's not like the Miles Bourne situation. I think Ro, you pointed that out in the comments. It's not like the Miles Bourne situation where the low blow was warranted for the story because the heel was messing up was messing with Miles Bourne all this time. But that was a story of Ethan versus Miles Bourne. But here, Ricky wasn't really all cheating at all to get one over Joe Henry. He just did that for the because he wanted to win the match. So it was, although yes, I know Ricky was healing it up at that point, but still sobrang labo pa rin for babyface to do that to win a match. It was the first time I've seen it without reason for the babyface to do like
I
that.
mean, Ricky did low blow Joe Henry before that.
No. I understand what Emil's trying to say. It wasn't the kind of low blow that really necessitated. Yung ginawa ni Ricky K. Henry wasn't the kind of move that necessitated, another low blow for him. You know what I mean? So he could have just easily won the match and hit his finisher or whatever. Diba? Instead, he just decided to do a low blow because he could. I did feel that it was a strange low blow. A lot of people are justifying it, and Vic Joseph, the babyface play-by-play commentator, was kind of backed into a corner, having to justify why the babyface just cheated. Diba? It wasn't like he really, really hated Ricky Saints. So I feel like they didn't justify enough the dirty move. So it's I understand that the people understood it, but it wasn't enough for me, and I felt like it was kind of a miss here. It was more of what Ethan was doing with Miles Bourne, where he was trying to convince Miles Bourne that you got to do what you got to do to be champion, right? So there wasn't much of that yet. I feel like there will be once. Once Ethan feuds with Joe Henry, but it wasn't here just yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. That's where I was trying to go to as well. I think that this is the start, the inception of Ethan Page trying to vilify Joe Henry here. Bring him to the dark side here. Because that's been his gimmick now. Right? Did it to Miles Bourne. Now he's trying to do it to Joe Henry on a much larger scale, especially since, if you really consider it, Joe Henry, much bigger babyface than Miles Bourne, right? So charismatic, super over, fans love him. So the fact that there's a devil on the shoulder of Joe Henry like Ethan Page here, it'll be interesting to see kung successful siya dun sa experiment then.
All right. Tatum Paxley is your new Women's North American champion. This is my pick of the week, actually. Tatum is just so good. Like, I don't know how she's being trained, like what she's eating, what she's watching, pero ang galing niya. She is super athletic. Like, she is a future. Like, she is a future main eventer, WrestleMania main eventer, in her generation of young talent. Like, she is that good. Like almost, or not almost, but as good as the guys, I will say.
Yeah, congrats to Tatum for winning this match, winning the title. So, ano na siya? She won the NXT title, and now she won the North American.
Tag team na lang, no? Tag team na lang before she becomes Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, so good for Tatum. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I mean, she's just so damn good. And very indie experience ba siya? Or she was like,
I know she's a PC talent.
She was a power a power lifter before.
So one of those NIL deals, which really surprised me. Kasi akala ko may experience sa indie, but yeah, another project on the PC that has worked really well. So congrats to Tatum.
Right. One last, Lola Vice defeats Kalani Jordan in the underground match and a whole bunch of other results as well. I will say ito na point na to. NXT doesn't need Evolution, the PLE, because their women's storylines are much more interesting than the men's. I will say.
Yeah. Like 3/4 of the program involved women because they had the segment pa with JC Jane and
hindi siya pilit.
They announced the triple threat
Yeah.
for the women's title here with Zaruka versus JC Jane. So again, that's another interesting point that adds up to Rose point. The women's storylines here on NXT have a lot more depth. Diba? Hindi lang sila paangasan sa NXT.
Yeah. True. And hindi siya pilit, diba? It's not like you're trying to fill a quota. Like, they genuinely are more interesting than a lot of the men's stories. All right.
For sure, I agree with that.
Yeah. Let's move over to AEW and Collision. The biggest talking point from Collision, a really good Collision, by the way, because a lot of the big stars were there. Tommaso Ciampa turned heel like old times. So by that, I mean, he faked out yung friendship niya with Mark Briscoe, his fellow ROH veteran, and umakbay siya. Then when they got to the ramp, the top of the ramp, he effing smashed Briscoe on the LED board like he did Johnny Gargano.
It's a shot-for-shot remake of the Gargano turn. Like I watched it. Like I watched the whole thing. Like, again, even the pacing that they did with it. Like you could put two and two together, it would be exactly the same. No.
So next week lalabas siya ulit to No Music.
He just commissioned. He just had that music commissioned by the guy who sang the Big Show's theme.
Oh yeah. But yun nga eh, I made a comment on our Discord, which I think you've been saying all along. AEW's booking really expects the audience to be in the know. Kasi if you are not aware, parang mo confused ka if you didn't know the history of Tommaso Ciampa doing that. Like, but if you do, like, if you know the history, you'll immediately get it. Now, okay, this heel turn is a callback to a storyline from another promotion that TK expects you to know.
No. I mean, in this particular case, it's not exactly you need to know who this is. It's more of, if you're a Tommaso Ciampa fan, you know this part of his history because it's been widely televised on the biggest company in the world, in the biggest wrestling company in the world. So it's not, I mean, yes, I understand. Yes, you need to know your homework, but at the same time, if you have followed Ciampa here, then you know that it's his thing. You know what I mean? So, yes.
But regardless of whether you get the point or not, whether you get the reference or not, it was still a good moment, diba? And got the point across. Tommaso Ciampa is a heel now. He betrayed his friend. And that's that, right? The added cherry on top of the callback to NXT, which is a nice touch there.
Yeah, it really was just, okay, if you haven't seen this before for whatever reason, then this is who Tommaso Ciampa is. And Mark Briscoe even said so nung promo niya after the segment, where he said na it felt wrong that Ciampa was a face. And then when Ciampa actually turned on him, that's when it masasanay siya, oh, this is the Ciampa I know because he turned on me. Diba? Like, everyone expects Ciampa to turn, and he delivered on that expectation. You know what I mean? So, interesting shot. I don't think it was as effective because they kind of telegraphed the moment when Ciampa and Briscoe were arguing just before FTR came out. Diba? So, na-plant na yung seed, diba? Na, okay, nag-away sila ng konti, and then they made up a little bit when FTR came down, and then they faked, Ciampa fakes out his friendship. So, if you knew what was coming, then it was kind of predictable there. But all the same, if this was your first time seeing this trope from Ciampa, then kudos. I think it was a nice introduction to who he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One last thing from Collision. Swerve Strickland tries to corrupt Kevin Knight, so it's clear that he's trying to make the guy a single star by having him try to be heel, much like the same way that Ethan Page was trying to do that to Miles Warren. Diba? Kasi they're trying to transform the young, goody two-shoes, smiley baby face into an actual machine, a killer. Diba? If you want to be a killer, if you want to walk amongst killers, you have to be a killer.
The way I see it, it's trying to put a coat of paint to take them a little bit more seriously.
Yeah,
Diba?
not to him. See Kevin Knight specifically. Kasi Mike Bailey is not really having it.
Yeah, I feel like with Jet Speed, both of them, both Kevin and Mike, can be credible singles guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Hindi naman siya yung parang tag team na if they break up, both will get lost in the shuffle. Just unfortunately what happened with the Acclaimed. But here I can actually see this feud working where Kevin Knight turns on Bailey.
I mean, they were signed as solo wrestlers, singles
solo
wrestlers.
guys.
Yeah,
that's true.
They wrestled quite a bit on their own before they formed Jet Speed, and I think there's a reason why they took the Trios Championship from them, because they are essentially going back to becoming singles wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's where it's headed.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it's headed. I feel. Tama ka. All right, that's it for AEW. One last bit from outside the ring. Shout out to a kababayan, Filipino-American wrestler, independent wrestler Jimmy House gets signed to WWE ID. He tried out for WWE a couple of months ago. I've been trying to get him on, but he doesn't come for free. But we hope that one day we get to talk to him. Congratulations, Kuya Jimmy, Coach Jimmy, for being. For looking great, by the way. If you've seen him, I posted a picture. He is literally a house. His shoot name is House, pero he is literally a huge dude in that frame, in a major small frame. But he is legit. He is a catch wrestler. He is a grappler. He's also a bodybuilder. He's super athletic, and I feel like he's gonna make a huge impact right away. I feel like sa Evolve kasi ID siya, ID talent siya. So much like Sean Legacy, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. So congrats, Kuya Jimmy, on your WWE signing. All right, before we get out of here, we're gonna do picks of the week.
Yeah, let's go.
Has everyone got a pick?
Yeah, I got Chino has a pick.
Sige.
I think. Yeah.
So let's start with Chino. Sige, since you are up first.
Yeah, so my pick comes all the way from TNA Impact. It is Nick Nemeth versus Leon Slater for the X Division Championship. It was a pretty solid match. Naalala ko na lang ulit si Nick Nemeth because for some reason that promo he did against The Miz, which is to me one of my favorite promos of all time, lumabas ulit siya sa Reels ko for some reason, so it was there. Naalala ko siya, and then suddenly I started watching TNA, and yun yung match na napanood ko, and it was a really solid match. Nick Nemeth, Ryan Nemeth make perfect heels. They amp up their heelishness throughout this match, but the real shout out goes to Leon Slater, who's improved by far the most out of anybody who's done the NXT TNA crossovers here. Ang galing na niya. He even pulls out a Styles Clash in this match, which has got a solid pop here, and he ends up walking away with the victory. He also ends up not walking away literally because Eric Young jumps him with a pile driver to the outside. So that's another story for another time. But match itself was pretty solid, pretty fast paced, like all of our X Division title defenses here, and a pretty good watch.
Good to see Leon Slater back in TNA programming. Medyo nawala rin siya for a while, di ba?
Yeah.
Because he was dealing with visa issues.
Yeah, visa issues.
Yeah.
And the WWE bookings.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right. My pick of the week is I mentioned it. Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. Really good stuff. You can just watch this for Tatum Paxley alone, but Izzy Dame also holds her own well. Pero Tatum Paxley just works really well as the babyface, as the super athletic babyface here. Like, she is, I know she takes inspiration from Alexa Bliss. She has a weird horror adjacent character like Alexa does, or Alexa used to. Pero she is like, and I don't mean to compare, but she is a huge physical upgrade wrestling upgrade from Alexa. Like, she is like the next evolution of that. So, if you haven't seen it yet, really great match. Do you guys have anything to add to this?
Yeah, my pick.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Tatum versus Izzy.
Like already said, Tatum Paxi is a star. Can't wait to see more from Tatum here.
All right. Sige, Emil, your pick.
All right, so my pick is the underground match. Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan. I love how Lola Vice has pretty much owned the underground match now. Yun na yung parang signature match niya. And she's still undefeated, 4-0. Diba? Like she posted online. And I love the finish. That back fist. Woo! Love that. And it really helps.
From the flip.
Yeah, it really helps that Lola Vice is a legitimate MMA fighter. She brings legitimacy into the underground stipulation, even more than what like Shayna Baszler and all these guys have done before. So, yun nga, sabi ko last week, I really want to see Lola Vice do a blood sport match. So I feel like she's gonna do good there as well.
I think she will, but right now, blood sport season.
Yeah, so I really
Major season is GCW season.
Yep.
So,
exactly. So I really hope to see Lola Vice do one of those. But yeah, underground match is hers now, and this is something I can see her bring up to the main roster when she gets called up.
Chino, you have anything to add to this? Or
no, yeah, good match, good card. Shout out to all the other matches we didn't talk about.
Okay.
Favorite match of the Vengeance Day card for me was Tony D'Angelo and Dion Lennox. It was pretty good for me as well, but everything else on the card was pretty stacked, pretty solid.
Yeah, I also really liked the underground match. Nag-jive well yung style sila. Lola Vice is really growing into her MMA based style, and I feel like the underground is really where she gets to shine a lot. So deserved din yung pagiging undefeated niya sa underground.
Shout out to Sensei Vice. Yung tatay niya.
Papa Vice. Pala taekwondo pala siya.
So I like how he's a recurring character now. Whatever
he was so animated in the match.
I think he should probably get an NXT contract.
Kaya nga, di ba?
As a manager.
Training sequence man lang for the next time. Diba? Shout out.
Yeah. He added so much into the match as well.
Trash talk po siya ni Kelani.
Papa Vice is great. I love Papa Vice.
Papa Vice is great.
All right. That's it for our weekend reacts and picks of the week. Before we get out of here, do you guys have any plugs? Chino, what about you?
For me, I will be... just wanted to put over GB Labrador's first ever Netflix recording happening this weekend, Saturday at the Arete in Ateneo. If you don't know who GB is, he's one of the best comedians we have in the country, as well as the founder of Comedy Manila and the Cool Pals and all those other good things. So please come out and support him. If you want to support me as well, I just put up a new reel of my trip to Davao. So just check that out. It's on my social media at Chino Supersize.
Emil, kailan ka mag-stream ulit?
Yeah, I did say that I'm gonna stream again the week after this weekend. So this weekend I'm gonna go to Manila and go to DexCon, the meet and greet and the show itself. So tickets are still available for DexCon, and it's gonna be a fun weekend. So see you guys there.
Yeah, kita-kits sa WrestleStorm.
Yeah, okay. Emil already mentioned it. Tickets are still available at dexcon.helixpay.ph. You can still use my discount code DXCNROM for 100 pesos off. All right, see you guys there, and listen to the Bulls Club PH podcast for everyone who follows this and loves Magic the Gathering. Right. Oh, wait. Wala yung ating stream. Right.
Oh, no.
No. It's here. Sorry. Not bad. False alarm, y'all. False alarm. False alarm. All right. No. False alarm. All right. But we are on the way out na rin. Go follow us everywhere at Wrestling2X Pod on TikTok, Twitter, and Threads at Wrestling Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter, Facebook. I'm messing it up. At Wrestling Podcast on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. At Wrestling2X Pod on Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All right.
So guys, defend nyo naman ako dun sa nagko-comment sa...
Why? Why?
Wag ka magpapa-apekto sa comment.
Just kidding, man.
No, shout out to Maria Hilda Maginhawa, whether
whoever you
tunay
are.
na babae ka or burner account ka.
Affected siya sa'yo.
No, but I can tell na si Madam, she really enjoys listening to Emil kasi yung mga banat niya may halong joke lang may halong biro. So I know for a fact that she is doing it in good sports, diba?
Emil, ito, theory lang to Baka si Ash yan.
No, she doesn't watch wrestling.
Baka nag-watch siya ng burner account.
She doesn't watch wrestling. When I ask her who Cody Rhodes is, sometimes she doesn't, she's not updated.
Right, yeah. And follow everyone at EML_Meiser for Emil, at Chino Supersized for Chino, at _Stan C for Stan. For myself, it is at Rosewar on Twitter, at Shang.Daddy on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Mas active na ako dun sa Threads. And yun. Until then, until Thursday, where we're going to do another live stream episode. We'll see you guys then. Listen to our newest episode with Jomar and Sean Ung, and our surprise interview last week with none other than interim NXT General Manager Mr. Stone, Robert Stone, available on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you listen to us. Maraming content for you to listen to until we do our live stream on Thursday. So until then, stay safe, stay dry, don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Later, Outcast. Peace. Yes, we are. Thank you. I know we forgot. Sorry. Yeah.